I was over on all here. You
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
that,
So yeah, that building.
you
right
guys,
there.
that whole building?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are teaching Docusign today. To get started, I'm going to do some best practices on the back end to make sure that you are set up for success. And then we are going to go through, I'm probably going to skip putting in a contact because you guys should probably know how to put in a contact, but I can briefly go through that. Then starting an opportunity and going through your opportunity into Docusign, because that is the process and the steps that you should take anytime that you are using Docusign or have an opportunity. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna go up to the top corner and go to settings. So anytime before we start a class, I always go into our settings to make sure that everything is linked properly. So click on your name, your profile picture, initials, whatever it is, and click settings. At the very top, your Docusign should be connected. So this is the Docusign that you are using. If you are using your KW email, which is what you should be using, because that is what you get your technically free account within your tech fee every single month. So that is the one that we have a contract with. That means you can have as many rooms as you want. It's all unlimited access for you. So that will automatically link with your command whenever you onboard it. Now, you may have to do some activation on your end whenever you first get started, but not a big deal. It's really quick and easy. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into my contacts. Contacts tab is over here. And if you are, if you're not quite sure what the applets all are and you don't want to hover over them, you can click the little KW in the top left corner, the little red, and it will bump out what each of them are. So I've got contacts in here already. If you would like to add a contact, you basically go to this blue button in the right-hand corner. Within command, anytime you need to add something, then you find a blue button. Typically it's in the right-hand corner, in the top right-hand corner, or the bottom right-hand corner. That is where they mostly are. Pretty much all you need to get started is a full name. So just putting in a full name. Then of course you can put in their additional information. The more information that you have, the better it is. We talk about that a lot. It goes along with our 201 Plus Club. You want to make sure that you have their email address, their phone number, their physical home address, and then some additional things if you have those is home anniversaries and birthdays. Those are what make your health score really, really strong. And that's what we recommend, especially for smart plan options as well. So then I am going to go ahead and choose somebody. Let's go
Grandma.
ahead. You want to choose my grandma? She is a lead. So my grandma's in here. We're going to go ahead. There's two different options that you have whenever you are starting an opportunity. You can go directly from a contact, which is right here. I can click on the opportunity tab and then click create opportunity. Can you see okay?
No, yeah, my command's just not letting me sign in.
Why?
No, it says there's an issue. Sad.
Okay.
Cool, continue.
Okay. So you can create an opportunity directly from here. What is really nice about grabbing an opportunity from or creating an opportunity from your contact, it automatically brings your contact in. So automatically grabs that, automatically grabs your information. Now, one thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and put in an email really fast.
Yeah, your grandma's health is not so well.
No, she is doing in real life. She is okay, but her health database score is not good. So I'm going to go ahead and put my email in, and I hope it lets me, but it probably won't because it's probably going to say, yeah, wonderful. Nobody email me a bunch of stuff. Okay, cool. I want to make sure that I can show it on this end and then we can go ahead and get that taken care of. Okay, so opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and create an opportunity and now it's going to pull in the email address as well. Super important because it'll automatically grab it and move it into your Docusign room. So you don't have to keep typing in the same information, which is really, really great. So let's go ahead and choose an opportunity type. Let's go ahead and do a buyer. So my grandma's buying. You can also have custom tags as well. So you know how you have your contact tags, you can also have your opportunity tags. Highly recommend those because when you go back every month, every quarter, every 6 months, you can see where you actually get your business from. It's really great to see where you actually get your transactions from, because then you can focus maybe on more of that in the next quarter, next month, however often you go and check that. Up here, the opportunity name. So it's automatically going to put in the name of your contact dash buyer. If I was doing a listing, I'm doing the same thing, contact name dash listing. I highly recommend, if you do have a listing, to go ahead and put the address of the listing. It makes it easier for us to find on our end. And, you know, usually when you sometimes are talking about your own listings, you're usually bringing up the streets or the addresses themselves. So easy for you to find as well. Then you can still do dash name, dash and last name or something like that. But I'm going to go ahead and put in, one because we are going to be under contract with this. Okay. Estimated close date is not something that you have to put in. Same with time frame or budget. Commission rate, opportunity phase, and stage are the only ones that are required. Correct. So opportunity phases, again, is like the big overall picture, right? So that's, you know, there's only 5 phases. You cannot edit those. However, with stages, those are within each phase, and you can edit those to however you want to transact your business. You guys know your business more than I do. So as you kind of go through a couple of transactions, you can be like, well, this phase only needs 2 stages. This one needs 4, those types of things as well. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the active and the negotiations. Then I'm going to go ahead and click create. It's going to show that there is an opportunity under my Grandma Wickstrom underneath the opportunities. Okay. So what's great about it is I can just click right on it, but I'm going to show you the other way that we can create it as well. So again, the little kick out menu.
What was the first way to create it?
First way is just going through the contact. So I'm within the contact.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I go to the opportunities tab right here.
Just did it.
And then create. Yep.
Okay.
The other way to do it, which is what I love about Command, is there's always 2 ways to do anything. So if you're like, I can't get it done this way, there's always a secondary way that you can go around and get that completed. Okay. So the other way that you can create opportunities is just within the little opportunity applet over here. And you just click create opportunity. The same box pops up. However, the client is not automatically grabbed because you do have to put that in since you're not in the contact card. So it doesn't know who the actual client is that you're going to be using. Same everything else though. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. I'm pretty sure it was a buyer. So I'm going to go down here. Yep. Where'd she go? There she is. So these are all of my opportunities that I currently have. What's really great is whenever you're in the stages, you can edit these and you can create checklists for each of them. So like I said, whenever you're within those stages or those phases, there's different stages that you can create or edit or delete, make it customizable to you and how you do your business. The checklists are great though, because they will automatically populate anytime you move an opportunity from one stage to another. Now, this is especially useful whenever you have a listing and it's about to go live or something, and you're like, okay, I want to make sure that I get it on the MLS, I get photos, a photographer's schedule, get those photos back, upload those, put a sign in the yard, do whatever marketing, schedule an open house. You can do a checklist that will have all of those items on there. And what's really cool, which one is this in? Negotiations. Let's see, showing.
How'd you get your list of edit active stages? How'd you get there? So I'm in opportunities.
Oh, so if you go into your phases, just click on a phase, and then in the top right-hand corner, it says edit stages. Got it. Yep. Send text to confirm showing appointment. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click save. What's really cool too is you can update the client. So if you are doing something that you feel like your client should know, like you schedule the inspection or you schedule the photographer or something like that, it will actually send them an email that says, and it's a pretty generic email, so it's nothing fancy, but basically letting them know that you're, I guess, doing your job. So pretty cool.
Can you also like tie that to Twilio?
I do not know because I think right now it's just an email because it's not coming through a smart plan. It's just coming from an opportunity. So it's basically saying like, so Justin Johnson has sent a text to confirm showing appointment. And it'll tell you like the date and the time that you click on those. So it's just an easy reminder, like I said, for when you are scheduling things that maybe they need to know. So that's really something cool there. You can also click on settings and like cut client updates. I guess let's take a look what this says. Important steps in an opportunity. You can also select the time zone, client and co-client, primary client only. Yeah, these are just settings. It looks like it's just an email. Okay. Good question though.
Yeah, I got it. How do I check that off that I've done it?
That you have completed that.
Task. The checklist.
It's the same thing like anything else. It'll come through as a task, or no, it won't. It'll just stay in here. Give me 1 second.
I'm not like getting you off
No.
subject
Well, I
here.
thought I had added one, but I guess I didn't.
Because I've added one here and it says I've got an item on the checklist.
Yep. So do you have somebody within that stage?
I'm just doing this for practice, just
Yeah.
like you.
So if you had someone in the stage though, it would show up on their opportunity whenever you move them. And then you would check it off.
Okay.
Yeah. It just has to be tied to something, or else if it's not tied to something, then it's not gonna go anywhere. Yeah. Text client for showing appointment. Confirm showing appointment. Okay. I don't know why that one did. Oh, I didn't click save that way. There you go. So now I see how my checklist says I have 0 of 1 items here. So if I go back to my opportunity, although I don't think I have anybody in that one. Oh, I do. See how this now down here says 0 out of 1. If I click on that, I can check it off.
So I've got one here. I just click on it to check it, confirm showing.
Yep.
Okay.
If you have an opportunity in there. And then I click done and then it says now 1 of 1.
Close 101. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Client
stuff.
updates off. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so what I am gonna go ahead and do here, so I went ahead and just clicked on the opportunity. Then right here in my details side, I wanna make sure that I have everything in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose a property. Let's see if this is gonna work. I don't know if it is because I don't think this property is for sale.
Now, how'd you get there, Nicole?
Okay. What I did was I just clicked on the actual opportunity and the first thing that pops up is the details, right?
So, opportunities.
Click on your actual opportunity you created.
Mhm.
Then it
Okay, I
goes,
got it.
yep.
Details.
Then it goes through details. And then what I did was I selected the property over here because I want that to go into my Docusign. So I'm not having to type in the address all the time. Okay. Something else that's really cool. So it has down here key dates in the opportunity. So that's kind of nice as well. Like when an inspector is home inspection date, appraisal date, escrow date, due date, like close date, all of that stuff is in here and you can edit that too. If you just click on the little pencils that are right next to each of the boxes, you can go ahead and click that and then you can add in those dates. So it's kind of nice. It's something that's new. They've added a lot.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's pretty new. It's from like the last month or so. Yeah. So really, really cool. Kind of keeps that stuff in. You can also put financial information. So like what type of finance that they're actually getting, because if you have a lot of transactions going on or you just don't want to forget, I have a terrible memory. I write everything down. I mean, this notebook is literally my training notebook. I write everything down. So why not put it in your opportunity? So now you don't forget about it. Ownership is of course just going to be me. If you're on a team, then it will show the team name as well. So, okay, next is that I'm going to go into is the documents. So this is whenever you first get started. This will show you absolutely nothing. So you have to pick a checklist type when you go to your documents. So I'm going to go ahead and pick checklist type as a residential buyer. So then these are the 3 documents I need when I'm starting to work with a buyer. Okay, shows the 3 that are necessary, needed there. You have another folder over here that's your under contract documents. This also shows all of the documents that are either required, conditional, optional, anything like that. You can see there's like little colored boxes right next to them. Then we have our closed folders. Whenever you have your closing, these are all the documents that are required as well. So I'm going to go ahead and choose, I'm going to go to the consultation really quick. And if you click on any of these files right here that are underlined, if you click them, it shows you a cheat sheet of what that document looks like, what needs to be filled out on it, or if there's just initials that are needed and everything on there. Now, the next step in order to get to Docusign is to click over here, this Start a Transaction button. Remember, we always start in Command first, we create our opportunity, and then we go to Docusign. That is what links your room, so then that way you can download your documents directly from Docusign right into your room, and you can send them for approval. Okay, start a transaction. It's gonna pull up my Docusign. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. Now, if you are on a computer that uses it regularly, it should like automatically populate all of this. Obviously we use incognito windows so that no one steals my information, and now it's gonna pull me right into a room. It's gonna automatically create it. It has the address up here. It has the address right here, and it has what my opportunity name was. That's up there. Now I'm gonna go to details really fast. So in the details section, it's pulling a lot of the information because I did put that property address in, it's pulling the location automatically. So I'm not having to go in and do it myself, okay? Then if I needed to add any other information, like if I needed to add the seller information, or if I needed to add the listing agent information, then I can easily add that here too by clicking the edit button. And then it pops up the boxes, and that way you can actually type in them. Really all you need for seller information and listing agent information is their name and their email address. That's all that really populates, because most likely you're just getting this stuff sent for signatures, so then that way you can get those documents completed. Then whenever I am done, I just click save, but we are just gonna be working with the buyer right now. Okay. Next, I'm going to go to this Documents tab here. So the Documents tab is basically where you add your static forms. Static forms are located in the Docusign library that you will find under the Add button and Docusign Forms. Now, the very, very, very first time that you ever do this, it's going to ask for your realtor information. So it's going to ask for your NRDS number that you received from your board. You do have to put that in. So if I clicked on Docusign Forms and I was brand new getting into here, then a box would pop up, and I will show you here that in a second, but these documents here will not show up. So in order to get that fixed, then we are going to go to our preferences. So I just went up here to my name, click preferences, click integrations, and then I'm going to add provider. I'm going to select realtor. I'm going to put my NRDS number in, my last name, and my association is Missouri Association of Realtors. Okay, so you can type that in, Missouri Association of Realtors. That is the one that we use, okay? Once you do that, you'll have access to all of your forms. That includes like GSVOR, National Association of Realtors, MREC documents, everything that you need are all static forms that you can type in, and you don't have to put in your own fields or anything like that. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my rooms. Does that make sense? I think all of you guys are already there anyways.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how to get to Docusign in the first place. Like, yeah, I know.
Are you in your opportunity?
I'm in an opportunity. Okay, yep.
Okay, then go to documents.
It's loading.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Documents.
So
Documents tab.
Okay.
And then right-hand corner, start a transaction.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now it'll pop up your Docusign. Did you get signed in?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my documents because that's where I was. I just went back into my room because to get out of the integrations and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and click and add some documents. So I have my Docusign forms, I have my residential buyer documents, and these are all the documents I have that are in my buyers folder, okay? These are packets that the Market Center created for you to make it easier on you so that you know which documents and stuff that you are going to need. There's also other like miscellaneous documents that are probably GSVOR documents, but we do as a Market Center or as Keller Williams have our own documents that are required for compliance purposes. Do you have a question?
Oh, I'm with it on all this. I think DocuSign has not changed now that I'm not on a team.
It should be.
Well,
It should just be tied to your KW.
Well, it's tied to my at 417 listings email.
Okay, so you just have to go into your settings on command and edit the one that's in there.
Okay,
You just need to add your KW email one, and I can help you with that when we get done.
okay.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, make sure you're using the correct email for whatever profile you're using. You already had your KW one tied. Okay, we're good. But yeah, any of these packets. So I'm gonna go to the buyer one. I'm just gonna select these. Now, mind you, I'm not an agent, so I don't have every single document that you guys have, so don't worry if you don't see them all here. I'm gonna go ahead and add these selected documents into my room. And then when I wanna make any changes to any of these documents, then I am gonna go ahead and just click on the document. It's gonna pull it up here. And then anything that I need to fill out will show up if it was not already pre-filled. So I did have the address in here. That's why that is showing right here, which is great. I'm gonna go ahead and put that this is the buyer because it's my grandma that's signing on it. So that's what the only thing I'm gonna put here. Now, I know there's no signature boxes. Those will show up on the e-signature side whenever we move to an envelope, which I will show shortly. Let's do a couple of documents. This is for your protection, get a home inspection. This will be, again, I don't have to do anything on it because it already has the property address at the very bottom, auto-populated, so that was great too. So we'll just stick with those two, okay, for now. All right, next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select both of those documents. Now, you have a few different options up here. Number one is you can copy those documents. Number two, you can move those documents. So typically you can move them from one room to another, or what I recommend is you can add a folder in your room and you can make it so then that way these are just the signed buyer docs, okay? Now I have another folder up here. So whenever I have those signed documents and I can go ahead and move them directly in there, makes it easier so now you are only seeing the documents that are signed that you need. On the command opportunity side, it will not pull anything that's not signed, but if it is a PDF, it will show up. Okay, so static forms don't show unless they are signed. Okay, some of the other options, you can email. So if you do have a bunch of signed documents and you're like, okay, I need to get these over to somebody, but they don't need to sign them or anything, you can put them in an email and it'll send them as an email, which is really nice too. So title companies, whatever. You can print them. So if you are needing to print them out for any reason, you can just click that button. You can combine them. I don't typically recommend this because you want to keep them separate so that they're going in the placeholders in your command opportunity in that detail side. So if you do, I can see this though, if you have like multiple offers or something, then that way you
Inspections.
absolutely. Then that way, because there's only one placeholder and you want to make sure you have everything in there. So you can combine them that way. That's the only time I would really recommend it. Creating an envelope, which is what we're going to do here shortly. You can archive those or you can simply delete them. I'm going to go to create an envelope and then the only person I have that needs to sign that is buyer one. So I'm going to select buyer one. This is basically what we call pre-tagged roles. What that means, it's going to pull anyone from your details section that, like if it is the seller one, if it's listing agent, any of that, it'll automatically pull that information in. So as you can see, my only recipient is grandma, and then I have her email here. So she is the only one that's on here. I am going to go ahead and add somebody really fast. And what's really nice about about Docusign is you can select a signing order. So you can actually send it to one person first. Once that person signs, it goes to the next person and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, what's also really nice about that is you don't have people that are in there locking the document. I know that can happen with other e-signature platforms, but it just makes it easier. And what I recommend is putting yourself last, okay? It's already populating me, so that's great. Put yourself last, so then that way you can make sure that everything got filled out, everything got signed, and you're the last person to see it. And then that way it is good to go. Maybe it won't get sent back by compliance. Makes it easier that way to just have it all done. Okay. Other things that you can do if you're up here and you need to upload a different document, you definitely can. You can put upload and you can do like add from your rooms documents, use a template. If you are doing anything that's maybe you hadn't made any changes to that other document you're needing to add, I recommend going out of the envelope and then maybe like doing a new envelope with all the documents. Makes it a little bit easier than that way you're not grabbing something that hasn't been filled out. However, there is a new feature that you can make edits in the e-signature side now, which is really nice. At the very, very bottom, we have your email subject. This is basically what they will receive in their email. So it says, please Docusign. You can change this with fire documents for 1211 South Plaza Avenue. And then you can add, please add another message. Please let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and just click the next button. Then it's going to bring me into the e-signature side right here. So this shows my document that I had. And as you can see, since I used a static form, it auto-populated the signature and the date box, which is key, makes it easy on you. Now, if I did need to add like maybe another signature, I can go over here to my little, what did somebody call these the other day? They were really funny. But you can click initial, shows that that's my grandma still. If I needed to have myself do it, then I could also do an initial as well. And it clicks and it makes it so then that way you can see who is the one signing or initialing or anything like that based on the color. So I'm blue, grandma's yellow. If I had 17 people in here, then each of them would have their own color too. So makes it easy. That way you can keep track of it. I'm going to scroll down. Looks like this is the only other thing that she needed to sign as well, which was the sign home buyer. Next that I'm going to do is click send. Do we have questions on any of that? Good.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So I filled out these before where I forgot to like hit a button and then you can go, when it's put into here, you can edit it.
Yes, you can.
So I've actually sent it out and it's taken that off.
Really?
Yeah, because like one time I sent like something to Shannon for her to review and she goes, oh, you need to check this. And I was like, my goodness, I did. And so I sent it to her again and it took off again.
Took it off.
Has anyone else had that issue? I mean, it's been a long time since it happened, but
Maybe they might have fixed it maybe.
Yeah,
Check
like,
it next time you have it.
so like if you have to go in and like add more signatures or something, how do you get back into it? It's probably a really simple question. I just need you to say it again.
Okay, wait, what?
Like if you need to say, I missed a signature.
Or you had to add somebody and they
Add
weren't in the
somebody.
initial one, then you pretty much just go. Well, now I'm in an envelope. Hold on. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. I'm gonna add one really fast. I don't think she's even tied to this one. Okay, you basically just go.
I'm sorry, so what you went and clicked on, you went to envelopes or documents?
So what I did is I grabbed the I'm just going back into the envelope. So like when you're in the envelope before you send it, you can make any edits that you want. So if it's still a draft or something, you can still make an edit.
Okay,
Okay, so I'm gonna make this one a draft here in a second. But yes, you can change or like add information here in case you missed something. Okay. It should work. So this is a pretty new thing that you can do. So I'm wondering if it was a different
well,
side of
I'm
it.
talking about, I like kind of that, but you know how you can like check a box that wasn't checked? You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about? That's
yeah,
what
like
happened.
these.
Yes,
Like I can check
but
it
it was
there.
before that. It was when you had to like drag a box over and check it yourself. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
It was when you did that.
Maybe it might have been because it was a PDF, but yeah, I see what you mean.
It was a PDF.
Interesting. Try and look at it again. It's possible that it maybe had gotten fixed. So, 'cause I have not heard of that happening.
Okay.
I have heard of like signature boxes not populating, and it was because of, you know, forgetting to do a pre-tagged role and stuff like that. So, Jeremiah, your question though. Like you needed to add another like initial or something
Sure, yeah.
like this.
Mhm.
This is just in the e-signature side.
Where's the e-signature side?
After you do an envelope and you go to send the envelope, or not, you go to next. So you put your documents in your envelope.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit save and close really fast.
okay,
So you take your documents from the room and then you hit the little pencil or the little pen.
Okay.
That's an envelope. Then it puts it into an envelope. And then
You-
now, see, I have two envelopes here.
okay, so that's right, so
Yeah, you have two envelopes.
you can have multiple envelopes in one transaction?
You can have multiple envelopes, yeah.
Okay, that was my question.
You absolutely can. So I recommend, like, if you already sent some and you're like, oh, dang it, I forgot that I needed to send these other 5 documents. Grab them, put them in a new envelope, send them again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
Wait.
delete that envelope
Now,
and
you
then.
can correct it. There is a correction button. So if you did make a
That's all right.
mistake on their email or their name or something,
Yeah,
then you can correct it and it'll resend it back to
Is
them.
that in edit, like when you click on
Yes.
it and then you hit edit?
Yep. So if I click on this one's already been sent, right?
Yeah. like under
Click
more.
correct.
Oh, correct.
Yep.
excuse me.
And this is new too, right? Because I used to not be able to edit their names.
It may be a little bit more new.
Okay.
Yeah, potentially. I just know because I use Docusign a lot and it like will send it and then it'll be like, it'll say like error sending and then I can go in and correct it and put the right email in and then it'll resend it out.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of having to like completely redo everything you already did, you can just correct it instead. So if I needed to like change something on here, then I can, and then it'll resend it. But if I click next, it will put it back into here. However, it says in process, so I would not make any changes to a document. You can only make changes to like name or email, or maybe you needed to add somebody else. Even then, I don't know if it would grab it, because now since it says in process, I just
It's
don't think
already
it's gonna
sent out.
grab, yeah. I just don't think it's gonna grab, because especially if you are, maybe 2 people have already signed and you're the last person to sign, and you're like, oh, dang it, I forgot to put this on there. You can't make any changes on it because they've already signed it.
So what if, because this happened, what if you spelled someone's name wrong? Like they didn't put their full legal name in there? Could you go change their contact and it would change?
I don't think it would work that way. You can change their contact and then go into the envelope and then correct it that way. But that would probably be the only, I don't think it would talk
Okay.
to each other. Good question though. So you would just have to go into your envelope and do your correction.
Okay, so you might have said this, but on the correction, say you have to like, they can come back, you have to make a correction on something, you miss a checkbox, something like that, it's already signed.
Uh-huh.
What do you have to like, do you have to do the whole thing, re-import the document, fix it, and then have, okay?
You don't have to re-import the
Or-
document. You can, I'll show you in a
Or just
second.
have them re-sign
It's
the
gonna
whole
make, so it's gonna make 2 copies. It's gonna make your signed copy and it's gonna make your original copy.
Okay.
You can make the edit to the original, throw it in a new envelope, send it out to them again. I'll show that in a second. You're getting ahead of me, Jeremiah. Just kidding. Okay, I corrected this one. Okay, and then I guess we'll see if that worked, because I think I added a signature box on there.
Okay.
Okay. Let me sign into all of my email accounts so that we can see them. I'm also really hoping that I should just make like a dummy one, but I haven't yet. I also don't know what this password is. Oh, I did. Okay, great. Please don't let, okay, cool. Okay, then it shows here my please Docusign buyer documents for 1211 South Plaza, because that is what I had changed it to, right? So this is the email that your clients receive. This is exactly what it looks like. I'm gonna click on it. It says review documents. Then I'm gonna go ahead and click the review documents. It's gonna bring me over to Docusign. I'm going to agree to sign things. I'm gonna click start. I'm gonna click sign. I'm gonna adopt and sign that signature. I'm gonna initial, I'm gonna sign. Didn't I? No, wait, that was a different one. Well, we can send that one here in a second and see what that says. So that she's gonna sign that too. Then I'm gonna click finish. You do not, you can, oh, what is this saying? Okay, hold on. Save a copy of your document. You can save a document if you need to. However, they do not have to. When everyone signs it, they should receive, they do receive a completed copy. Okay, so it's not just the one that has theirs on it. It automatically goes, I get hundreds of them every single day. So I'm gonna click no thanks, and then we're gonna move on. You finish signing, you receive a email copy once everyone has signed. See, confirms. Except all the cookies. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna sign out of this email. I'm gonna sign into my other email. So that way I can finish mine, okay? You with me over there, Justin?
I can't be because I can't get into Docusign.
Did it, hold on.
However, I'm in my KW commercial stuff now.
Okay, I'll help you later.
I'm on a different planet.
I see
but I'm
that.
trying.
Okay, so here, okay, so well, this is coming from my Docusign. So this is what it would show on your end as well. So it would show like a new device login. I logged in a new device. This person viewed it, and then now it's kicked it to me to sign it. Now, let's go ahead and refresh this envelope because I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So it says that it needs my signature. See that? This, if I click on it, it says who signed it, who needs to sign it. You can resend it, which is really nice. So that happens a lot. You can also go to like your manage and it will tell you like what needs to be signed, and you can just be like resend, 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 resend. Okay. Sometimes they just don't see it, but you can resend it as many times as you want. So then I'm gonna go to my inbox and I'm gonna do review documents, and then I'm gonna sign it. I don't think I had anything. Oh, I had initial. Okay. Finish. No thanks. I don't want to log in. Do not log me in. Okay. Now I'm going to go back over here, and then this will show that the envelope is completed. See, it says completed. Says that these people signed it. If I click out of this, it's going to go back to my envelopes and say completed. Okay. Now I'm going to send this one really fast so we can see that. Because I made that edit in there, didn't I? Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, God. Oh, and I'm still in that email, so we can take a look. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. Send. Okay. I think I clicked out of it. Okay. Sorry. Technical difficulties. If you move too quick. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to my documents really fast. So now it's gonna show, this is my original document, Jeremiah. So if I have to make any edits, like I missed a checkbox,
Grab that, make a,
you just make your quick edit, you click that, you make your quick edit, and then you move it into your envelope, resend it. Okay. Easier than previous e-signature businesses. This is my signed one. See how it says signed? It's green. This is my form. This is a static form. You can always make edits to it. It has the boxes already in it. Docusign creates this for us. This is a PDF. I cannot do anything with this document. All I can do is add it to an envelope, add a signature box, add text boxes, but you don't want to do that for like, what if it's your seller's disclosure one? No, there's way too many boxes on that. There's way too many like radio buttons and stuff that they can use. But this is really nice because this is my completion certificate. It shows who signed it, when they signed it, blah, blah, blah. So if someone comes at you and says like, I didn't sign that, and be like, yeah, you did. It even shows, I think, like IP addresses, which is so interesting. So yeah, that's really cool. Now, if I am wanting to, let me go right here really fast and we'll double check on what you were talking about. Yeah, it's showing them. I made those changes through there.
Gotcha.
Good. And I made that change here too. I clicked on that in there.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so it should be okay. Okay, so next what I'm gonna go ahead and do is go back to my command, because we want to grab those signed documents and put them in our command, right? So what did I have? What did I do? Affiliate referral and for your protection. Okay, affiliate referral of business is right here. So I have my Docusign. If I click this, it's not letting me, right? Because I need to select a working folder. I'm gonna go ahead and move this up here. Makes it easier for me to see it. So all I did was drag and drop, moved it to my signed buyer docs, okay? Then I'm gonna go ahead and select, hold on. Let me refresh because I'm making all these changes on it. Refresh. And then now I can select my signed buyer docs, okay? Selecting my signed buyer docs. Now it's only gonna give me my 2 signed options, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and select my affiliated referral, put it in there, submit it to the market center. That will then send it off for compliance. When it comes back from compliance, it'll say it's accepted. If it's rejected, it'll say rejected. And right next to these boxes here will be another little box you'll hover over that'll tell you what was wrong with that document. Now, once I have it in here, if I have not submitted it to the market center, I can still remove it. However, if I did submit it to the market center, I can update it when it comes back. Then you can put a new document in there. Now, if you put a document in there and you're like, I don't need this document at all, I made a big mistake, what I recommend is taking a blank piece of paper, like a Google Doc or something, typing like, hey, sorry, there actually isn't any earnest money in this. I didn't mean to upload this here and submit it. And that way they know, like, okay, it wasn't required.
So who sees that?
So we have compliance coordinators. We have a third-party company actually based out of St. Louis. So they are actually the ones who do all the compliance. It is not Landon, it's not Christine, it's not them. Christine is what basically, because she's a transaction coordinator. If you use another transaction coordinator, they do make sure that they usually do check to make sure that things are check marked correctly. However, whenever it gets submitted, like it's really our compliance coordinators that are making sure that we are compliant. I don't know what other word to say, but making sure everything is like legally signed, dated, checked, T's are crossed, I's are dotted, that kind of stuff. Okay.
Neat.
It is neat.
Christine does a lot.
She does do a lot. She's a rock star, but, and then she's the one who helps to get this stuff submitted. The next thing that you would do is your offers and commissions tab, which I'm not going to go into that. If you want to know more about it, Landon is teaching a class at 2 p.m. from lead to close. Okay. Do we feel good about Docusign? Okay. Now, trying to think of anything else. If you are wanting to go back into your room and say like X out of all of this, and then I'm like, oh, but I'm back in here now. I went ahead and added some documents. Now I need to do my under contract documents because now we're under contract. Then you just click go to transaction. It will automatically populate your room again. Once you have created your room, you can just go strictly to Docusign. So once you have done your opportunity and your room, you can just type in docusign.com, sign in that way, and do new documents that way. But to start, you have to start in opportunity, create it, then go to document or start a transaction in the opportunity. Okay.
When you start a transaction, don't you have to hit like residential and then something else?
Yes,
I
that's your
forget to do
checklist.
that.
That's your checklist right here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, residential, commercial, vacant, incoming referral, vacant land. That is how you get your checklist. Okay.
Because I started a transaction without doing that.
Yeah. I think that might be another thing too. And then if you do, so see how I have this little sync button now? I didn't have that before because now if I make any changes in the Docusign room, if I make any changes in any of that, if I click sync, it syncs it back to that room, pulls in any information that I had added maybe to that detail side in Docusign.
Like a name.
It is.
Correct name.
Yes, exactly. So I guess it might pull it, but I don't think it's gonna pull all the way from
After
the
you
contact
submit it.
all the way to Docusign. I think if you do it in Docusign, you can pull it back to here. I don't know if it'll go all the way to your contact though. This is just opportunity to Docusign. Good question though. Questions on command, on Docusign, not command, Docusign. I mean, you can ask them on command.
So, okay, so I referred a buyer to an agent in North Carolina or South Carolina, one of the two.
Okay,
Do I have to do that through here?
The
Like to
incoming
do a
referral?
Yeah,
so you can do a
I'll do a
referral form
referral.
and stuff, so you can get that, that's your initial thing, is just making sure that you have a referral form that's signed by that other agent and signed by you, and like the terms and everything on that. Then you will do an incoming referral. And when you do an incoming referral, really all that you need is like that document in there. If you can get like a contract, I think is another one that's required in there. And then the check, whenever that shows up. Referrals
How does
are,
that even work?
referrals are a really odd thing, I
okay, I'm sorry.
promise.
So do I have to create,
An opportunity.
I do create an
And
opportunity
it's an
to get the
incoming
form?
referral. No,
What?
if you just ask us for the form.
Okay, so you gave me the form.
I gave you the form.
What do I do with it?
Fill it out.
In Docusign?
You can fill it out on DocuSign if you want to.
Okay. Or just.
There's probably one in there, to be honest. What?
No, this is fun, just a fun back and forth.
I don't know if that's in here. It probably is.
You don't have to look. Like I said, I have the form. I just,
Keller Williams Realty referral information form.
okay.
So when you create an opportunity, under opportunity type is. all I'm
That's your
saying-
checklist.
Okay, wait, if you were getting a referral, it says listing buyer, landlord, tenant, which one? Because you have to create an opportunity if you're getting a referral.
Well, is it a listing or is it a buy? It depends on what that person is.
Okay,
Like
well, that's what
you
you
would
would
know
go
if they were listing or if they were buying.
Okay, but there's not like an actual one.
No, no. It's just the checklist.
I've
Just-
actually been curious about that.
Yeah, just a checklist. It's an incoming referral.
Hmm.
And there's only a few things that are required in it. Like honestly, like I said, I'm not 100% sure if it's a contract, but you'll see, it'll be a placeholder in there, just like all the other checklists. Okay. Yeah, this is your referral. Let me make sure it's the correct one.
So you don't need to make
Then
the,
Jeremiah will be asking me about it later.
so you don't need to make a room at this point. You just need to get it filled out by the other agent and then have it for when the check comes in.
Here's your referral form.
Right, okay,
So if you want to fill it out here, you can.
in Docusign,
In DocuSign.
but I don't need to start in command with that.
You should.
I should start in command. Okay,
And then just do whatever listing or buyer, and then select your checklist as incoming referral.
okay,
And then that way you can go ahead and start a transaction, and it's just, you can put that it's a referral.
got it.
Okay, I forgot, like, how do I get the populated, how do I get the pre-filled out documents?
You click add,
Add document,
DocuSign forms.
and those are already.
These are static.
Our libraries are already.
Your
populated.
libraries are already populated.
Alright, cool.
Your packets, yeah, they're called packets. You can also create your packets. You can also create packets too. There's wonderful articles on answers.kw.com about it.
I'm sure you would love for me to read them.
Either that, or there is a DocuSign. I'm actually taking the next, this part 2 this afternoon, and it talks more about that. There's like an intro or like dive into the details of DocuSign. It's literally an hour and a half for 2 days. Really not that bad. It's really great training. They do a better job than I do, but
Yeah, I'll keep coming to
it
these.
kind of just talks about like, if you want to make your own templates, things like that, that's just kind of like the more advanced version.
Yeah,
No. So all your stuff is in here though, that you need. These are static forms. If they are blue, they are static forms. If they are red, they are PDFs. They do not have the thing automated. Correct. Correct.
and
You have to
everything
pull
we
that in
could
yourself.
possibly need is in a static form on
Absolutely.
there. There's no way, we don't have to go create and do it. It's
Yeah.
already done,
It's already done.
In a static form, it's fillable.
Uh-huh.
even though it's called static. It's really dynamic.
I know, but yeah, static. Yeah, they call it a static form. At least that's what they're calling it right now. They keep changing a lot of names on this. Well, thank you guys. This was a little bit longer of a class. Do we feel, I know I say 30 minutes. I'm really ambitious, but I know you guys are all working on it on your own edges or own sides, because if you don't take action in the classroom, you're not going to take action outside the classroom.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I love your teaching style, by the way.
Oh.